Right, for those who are actually just joining us, I was just on mute chatting to Jack. Clinton, I do not know if he's going to be joining. I'm going to probably lean heavily that he's not. Um, in South Africa, they've got load shedding and basically, oh, shite. Hold on. I cocked that one up. Where did you go? There we go. Oops, I am terribly sorry. Um, Right, so he's got load shedding and he's going to be cut off of the electricity, which means he's not going to be able to connect with the router from about 10 o'clock UK time. Actually, let me just get back to him because I've had a little bit of me time. Right. So, do you want to join for an hour? Um, yeah, so he's possibly going to be joining us, but it'll be Jack and I definitely tonight. Right, so my mate Damien's got me onto this game called Inscription. To be honest with you, I've got into it. I am really enjoying it, so I am going to be streaming it at some point. It's a very interesting outlook on something, and I'm not going to go completely balls to the walls deep into it because unfortunately I can't do encoding. It's just not my thing. But I'll show you some videos of inside the game and whatnot. It is fantastic. But that will be when I play the game and you get past a certain stage. Now, because Damien showed me that, literally, I think we've done 2 sessions of the no 3 sessions, and I think we've clocked in about 12 hours in 3 sessions, maybe slightly more. But anyway, and I was playing Magic the Gathering. Yet wasn't sure if anything was happening tonight because of chat was empty setting up now. Shit. Sorry, dude. Um, unless mentioned, um, the stream
Oh, I'm back.
is on. Sorry. Clinton's going to jump on. Anyway, so
Okay.
guys, as I was saying, so basically Damien's got me back into. I touched on Magic the other night, and I'm playing a straight black deck, and I'm actually getting into it. And yes, I won. I think it was like four or five games in a row, and that's quite good. I mean, I wasn't getting shafted, but the first game, card set out, I did one or two things, and then he just quit, gave over. I'm like, really? Played the second one, literally same thing. Looked at his cards, accepted, saw me play something, and he quit. I was like, oh, really? And Damien's like, you're winning. It's like, that's not the point. It's I want to play. And this one guy jumps on, and he plays, and he's playing a white red goblin deck. It's actually quite well built, I must admit. I've not been following a lot of the new cards, but it is actually quite well built. Pumping out enough goblins, pumping them up as they're attacking. I've got a deck very similar, but in a historic format, but really good. And literally, it was one of those where I started playing, he was playing, and I got the upper hand because I got to look at his hand. I got these. Which card is it? There's a particular card I've got. I can't remember. Oh, it's the bats, the flying bats. They're a 2 casting cost, 1/1 flyer with the life link, with a special ability of look at your opponent's hand, choose a non-land card and exile it from game. Once the bat dies, the card will go back to the opponent. So literally first turn, I'm like, you have a 1/1 with haste. No. So I took that out of his hand, but I knew there was another couple of good cards in his hand. And the next card I took out, pumped out, I think it was 2 goblins. And I can't remember if it was the one that gave him a +2/+0 till end of turn. All goblins, or all attacking creatures. And I just hit him in the head, I got another card out where I could go, right, so if any of my creatures attack, for every creature that attacks, I can choose to pay 1 life and draw a card. Go on then. Let's do this. Draw a card. Sweet. Goes straight to my hand. It happened to be an extra land. I hadn't planned land that turn. Pop, and I could do something else. And the game went on, and this guy really fought hard. I mean, he had a good deck. He was really trying to put it back together, but I just had the upper hand. It was really, really, I really enjoyed it, I must admit. And yeah, I beat him. It was a really good game. I mean, I know Magic's too large on the internet for me to actually... Hey, Shelley, how's it going? I know Magic's a little bit too large for me to start putting out my games, but I might pop a game out or two one night during the week. Hey, Clinton, how's it going? I don't know.
Good
evening. Evening. So anyway, back to the game. Thank you for listening to me just babble. Switch to gamepad. No, I want keyboard and mouse. You cannot switch controls. There we go. Right, no, wait.
Legacy Steel and Sorcery is having a free weekend.
Back to mouse and keyboard. Right, so we're going to go with cooperative. Shells, how are you doing? Right, copy. Illy up. Paste. Can you please? Oh, you little shite bag. Ta-da. Passcode. But actually, invite player. Hold on, Clinton.
Yep.
I just sent an invite.
I'll do it.
Uh-huh.
I did it.
Right.
Like, I'm already joining via the code.
Hey.
Oh, wait a minute. I've got to go back.
Where'd it go?
I've got to quickly turn off my mods where I was playing
Team
server.
and read message.
It's mainly graphic stuff. Got some shaders,
Mm.
but I don't want to fuck up the game, just in case.
Yeah. I still can't get over how my whole PC falls over with me sharing
Read that
Remnant
message,
2 into Discord.
Yeah, it really kills, like, both the stream and Discord. Like, Discord
Yes,
dies.
and it actually kills the game as well. Feeling a lot better finally. I am glad you're feeling better. In fact, you know what? Shells, I've actually got a new gimmick which I'm going to put on. There we go. I've actually got a thing where I've got a script that can actually sit over my actual game, and I can actually see what people have said.
Ooh, I want that.
Chat failed to listen. Response. Okay, we'll find out if it works. If it does, great. Okay, right. So we go. Choose a save. That one. Launch.
For some reason, OBS is telling me that it's streaming to Twitch, but Twitch is telling me I'm offline.
One of them is lying.
Well, I will tell you
Then
now.
again, my
next week.
YouTube stream is up and running without a problem. Let's pull up Scott's stream.
Back here.
I'm literally getting yours up right now.
Helping him get it up.
Sweet. Excellent. It works. Thank you for testing that, Clinton. I appreciate that.
Not a problem.
I've got one of those overlay things so I can see it on the screen I'm playing on. And it's see-through.
I've been looking for one of those for OBS.
It's not an OBS thing.
That's what I was using.
Yeah, it's not an OBS thing. It is just
it's a separate thing.
It's a separate program altogether. It is called Transparent Twitch Chat WPF.
Which set overlay.
All right, then when you're ready, you can press.
My apologies.
No worries. That's why I said when you're ready.
Next
Right.
week, Tuesday.
We happy with the split?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I've got ranged, you've got melee.
And Clinton's got his one character. And I'm not saying that maliciously.
With intent to wound.
Yeah, that was not the intent. Right, no, I just want
Okay,
to...
who these people running away from us? Is
Right.
that us? Okay.
Okay,
Quickly, get him.
right, your Twitch is showing is
Lightning blast.
starting.
Victory away.
Oh,
This
I
is-
had that sniper.
Right,
Look at
so...
Very strange.
you're over there.
Because I'm not seeing anything. Yeah, I'm still saying offline and out loud of Twitch, even though I'm showing the correct information.
that.
Yeah, you're not showing live.
No idea what's happening then. Anyway, I am streaming live on YouTube.
Yes. I've got it up, but it's now got the whirly-twirly thing.
Lovely. I'm not dropping frames, so there's that. Then again, if I was dropping frames on a
Okay.
20-something thousand rand graphics card, I'd be very upset.
Yeah. Right. Oh.
How
Can we try this
intriguing.
again?
Yes, there's lots of... There's some quest-related things in here as well. that we'll want.
Genius
Starter
strike.
crypt K040H.
Yep,
I'll take that.
grab it. Because
No, don't open the door. Don't open the door.
I'm not. I'm waiting.
No, I mean me. I almost did
Oh,
it.
I'm being good. Being good. I didn't touch it.
Yeah, I don't. I've only got 83% chance on that.
What, the thing in the middle?
Yeah.
There's stuff in the corner here. Course extension reagents, sears your nostrils, and broken glass crunch underfoot. Okay, you want me to give a door a try?
Wasn't there a
No.
medical thing over here that had to be done? I kept on seeing 80-odd%.
I think we've successfully done it.
Okay.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Ah, I thought it was the door that had a percentage chance.
No. I vaguely
Yeah, there's a
remember...
transducer. You make the control rig. Control what is goods in the corner.
Yes, that one is
Yeah,
for the main
fine,
quest.
I've got that.
We can get some bonus stuff. I've just got to try and remember
Okay, I'm going to go chat to her quickly.
what shit.
They all just lost their minds. Please don't kill me. Didn't intend to.
Okay.
Right.
So one of them... I need to remember this because one of them, if you do it wrong, the machine blows up.
Probably the reagent thingy.
Yeah, no, they're remaking the control rods the quest bit, so we can do that. That's fine.
Yeah.
We just get some chemicals if we do the right stuff on the other bits. It was the it
Okay,
wasn't the
so
mutated
I go ahead
flesh sample.
and remake control rod, or do we have to do
Right.
something to do that?
No, the control rod's the one we want to do.
No, but I mean, is there something we have to do first before I click on that?
I don't believe so, but I
Let's
can.
give it a try. Yeah,
that's
restart
what it was.
elevator.
Right. If you lead me to,
Apparently that recreated the control rod.
I can do this.
What is that?
Congratulations.
I crushed something into dust. Now I want to do the adamantite.
Nice.
Now this is the complicated bit. So it's
Okay, I'm just looking through the stuff here quickly. Armor.
tissue flask. Was the mutated one. Data crypt connector was 41 okay, I remember that.
What's going on? Why am I getting kicked out of my own
It's about
infirmary?
time.
Who ground something up?
I did. Meteorite.
Okay. One of them is a dud.
Yeah, put into
Biogel.
inventory.
Gel.
What's
And the
the
reagent.
tissue flask? The catalyst flask.
It's for mixing something here. And crystal. Dust. Activate. And it should make
We need to investigate.
drugs.
It should make
Yeah.
something of interest.
Yeah.
Makes drugs.
It's an adaptive antidote.
Yeah. So there's one more thing to do, which is the normal flesh sample. Acid, and I think it's 040. Yeah, it's 040. Unidentified acid.
Okay.
Acid. And the adamantine dust. That is right.
Hold.
It didn't blow up.
I
That's
noticed
good.
something.
And then that gets us more drugs. If we put anything else in, they blow up.
Okay.
But that got us
None shall stand in my way.
immunity to toxic damage, but you lose toughness. And immunity to warp damage, but you get a -10 to fellowship, and you cannot deal warp damage. Which, generally, if
So
you're not a
everybody-
cyclone, you don't care about warp damage. But doing warp damage, that is. Everyone can take horrendous warp damage.
Right. Now, there's
And Cycles don't have much of a personality to go along
data
with
crypt
anything anyway.
connector and the transducer. We got that behind us.
Yeah, it's done.
Yeah,
Oh, because they're still showing up on my maps.
Yeah, because they're in track.
yeah, because they're there, and you can activate them again if you want to.
Right.
Yeah.
A
Okay.
new challenge for me?
So where do
You
we
just
go
don't
now?
want to.
Back under over the bookcase. What was it?
What's this?
Ping. That was it. It was alt.
Statue looks pristine anyway.
There we go.
I did fine.
And then we have to talk to the guy by the door. Belek, I think his name was.
Felix.
Oh, there we go.
Yep.
All right. So Felix Orselio. Okay. So he looks a bit better. His tangled hair now neatly braided, and his wounds are tightly bandaged, and there is some healthy colour under the scales on his cheeks. You dealt with the threat and powered the elevator. Well done. I trust you brought the activation rod as well. Remember, every second of hesitation may cost my mistress her life.
Yeah, you had the time to braid your hair.
Exactamundo.
Well, you couldn't exactly do anything while he was waiting for us.
I don't know.
Right, so...
Crossroads.
Suddenly cocks her head and drives her nails deep into her shoulder. Then she starts mumbling. The crossroads. There are two paths, both stained with blood, both leading to the accursed eye. They all wear masks, so poor and flimsy they fall at the slightest touch. One holding a blind man to the other, to another a traitor. One hiding a blind man, another a traitor. And Clinton, no, Dave has selected, thank you. I did not understand it, a single word.
Yeah. Good luck deciphering
you've got
cycles.
crowd control on.
It's like trying to make sense of a Malkavian.
I love that. Basically, there's two people among us. One of them can't see what's right in front of him, the other person is a traitor.
Okay.
So I can figure out who the blind man is. Felix himself.
The situation
And
has
one of
enough
his men
problems
will
without
traitor.
your sorcery psych. Felix waves. Edra often looks at you expectantly.
Yeah, we basically made another half of the key so we can get in the elevator.
Do we hand it
He's
over?
got one half, we've got the other. If we want to go up the elevator, yeah.
Exhales loudly and smiles. Thank you, Road Trader. I don't know what to say. Status and honor prevent me from admitting it before now, but you have awoken hope in me. Hope that I might actually leave this station together with the mistress, which is why I'm about to ask one last favor of you. Here we go.
Well, that's guts.
Give. The lowly insurgents got their hands on a weapon that suppresses my navigator's powers. Their absence make me a living target, but this weapon is useless against you, as is the bunch of lunatics wielding it. I humbly ask you to deal with the scum huddling upstairs and hurry to adorn my mistress with the relic of our house, a sacred amulet against all evil. Right, so recent events have badly disturbed Lady Cassia's psyche, and warping titles always last for entities. Always last for weaker souls, especially when the veil grows thin. You two will be safe next to this charm. Will be safe next to this charm.
Next.
Entities. You get them on female ents.
There we go. If you turn out to be a lousy navigator, I've grown tired of you being your errand boy. What do I get into?
Yes, negotiate.
I think last time we told him if we fixed it, he'd sign a contract with us.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Continue negotiating.
You'll get everything you wanted, a loyal navigator and the undying gratitude of House.
Perfect.
Oh, that's it. That's what we're here for. Because our navigator died and there was a second navigator which he didn't give us. Right.
Yeah.
That's why we were here. Sorry, I forgot. If you turn out to be a lousy... Right, very well, I'll do it. Right, so, number one, let's get this done. We want to try and keep him good and sweet on our side.
He's given us a glowing stone.
Right, so you are going to need this charm, and may the God Emperor's light be with you. Right, must we put it on?
Do this.
We don't know. As in, no, we don't. Not that we don't know that we don't put it on.
A sphincter says what?
Remember the conversation? You basically said being near it makes it so certain things don't happen to us.
Oh, we're just going to be near it.
Victory awaits!
Well, they're also being affected. Oh, damn, looks like she's just been taken.
A flame grenade on her belt.
Possibly. The pale figure with naturally long limbs covers her face with her hands, which are deformed with talon-like nails. Her deathly pale face is coated with blood that continually streams from her scarlet misted eyes. Her spiny gills, spiny gills slightly hidden under her disheveled hair, twitch nervously at your approach. Only now do you notice the third eye on your young woman's forehead, hidden by a jeweled ornament. And when your eyes meet, you sense overwhelming soul-smothering power.
Oh, this succeeded.
Hey. Ow, as if my mental pails weren't bad enough. Now this one's barging into my head. Somebody stop her.
Yeah, I guess you need to get to that. And be the...
The one that says Iconoclast Follower, we have gotten that because your Iconoclast isn't high enough.
Sorry, say that again?
So the one that says requires Iconoclast Follower is an option we've got because your Iconoclast is high enough.
Overcome
so some story choices are based also on your, air quotes, moral path. So,
in
because
that
we're
case,
pretty goody-goody, we got an option. You can still do stuff like try to persuade, try to coerce, all the other options.
So it
But
might
it just
be
means we've
easier
got.
using your
Yeah.
ability because it doesn't require a chance.
I'm going to go number 4 first.
And if you fail,
Well, I think it was 100%.
Right. Right, so she's like where he shakes her head and lets out a drawn out sound similar to both a sob and the howl of a small wounded animal. What is happening? Was someone calling my name? Are all the betrayers dead already? And you? Who are you?
I
It's a
think number
pleasure to
2
make
is
your
the
acquaintance.
best bet.
My
Rather than
presence
wasting
here was
time
requested by your faithful
rescuing.
servant. I am looking for a navigator. It matters little, your profane creature.
You
Okay.
profane creature.
Girl, you may dress as your... It's either 1 or 2.
I would go with 2 because you want to get through to her as fast as possible to stop this assault.
But you cannot say whether it's out of fear or surprise. I feel faint. Right, the heavy-set old man who has been kneeling nearby erupts into a low sobs, his eyes swollen from crying, dart desperately around the room, as though the veil of ignorance has just been ripped away from them. The child, Lady Cassia, where are you? Scared child.
He is the sacred child. Ah,
Right, throne preserver, right.
that would explain some of the chaos.
Right, threaded with jet black veins, bulging milky eyes, bear the striking resemblance to those of dead fish. A sickly sweet scent assaults your nostrils, as if the old man's flesh was rotting inside a decaying husk. My eyes fail me, for they are unable to make you out as either enemy or ally. I warn you, one wrong move and I'll bring the wrath of the house, okay? Watch out, Lord Captain. This one's so deranged, it's making the whispers shriek like crazy. He might just open that eye of his.
In other words, don't piss him off.
Right, so threatening the head of the dynasty is a grave offence esteemed. Whoever you are
Nice.
places a hand on its weapon. Alright, so persuade. At present I'm trying to determine on what's happening on Iraq. I mean you no harm. I come seeking the navigator's aid. You'll no, number 3's out the
I know she's trying to slaughter.
yeah, no, I'm good.
Murder
Thanks.
her.
Well, we've got a good chance on. Well, apparently we've got a 100% chance on both. So it's whatever flavour floats your boat.
How do you tell that with 100% chance?
Right, so if you hover your mouse over it,
Oh, okay. It just
The orange
took a while
bit.
for it to pop up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just took forever to pop up.
alright, we came
Memory
here for
serves.
yeah, we came
navigator.
here for a navigator only to find out that there's issues.
Yeah, there currently seems to be some kind of feud.
Yes, which which to be honest with you, not really interested. We came here for a reason. But
Uh-huh.
to move this, I mean, to have a decent story in WAC, go for the expanded version. I'm going to go with the top one, number 1. Clinton, what's your choice?
I will say 2, but yeah, this works as well.
Right, 2. That was my first go-to. Right, so I'll grant that you do not look like pirates who have come coveting riches of a wrecked station, or scoundrels in the flex service. So who are you?
No, he doesn't like Felix, who's the guy who sent us in here.
Abelard, introduce us.
Sorry, say that again?
He said he
Number
calls
three.
Felix a scoundrel. Felix is the guy who asked us
Ah.
to come in here. So this is the two feuding sides.
Right.
Yeah, they were the ones that grabbed the
To
child.
you, old man, I am your lordship trader. I am called. To be honest with you, I reckon it's either going to be
Five's
number
way
two?
too soft.
number 2 or
Number
Five.
3 is very. Number 3 is very lofty. And
yes.
I don't think we've got there yet. I think 2 would be best.
I think number 5.
No, that's too informal for someone who's flipping a rogue trader.
Right, another road trader in our corner of the galaxy. How interesting. Your kind always makes an appearance in desperate times, ready to cut a deal with a benefit that benefits one side alone.
Of course.
Given that you have not so far drawn your weapons, your intentions are probably peaceful. And so House Orcelio now ask a service of you. Save the life of the child in exchange for future cooperation. Do not hurry to answer. Think on it. You can make yourself an ally or an enemy of our house today. You decide.
Whenever anyone,
Doesn't matter which side we choose, we got the favor of the house.
whenever I see someone like Capital's child and the child, I always think like a creepy old voice.
Yeah.
Like the child. Completely normal, and then the child.
You have not drawn your weapons so far. Your intentions are peaceful, and so House also now. Okay, save the life of the child in exchange for your fortune. Right. So, I want to know what happened between you and Felix.
Could explain the story. Was Felix calling him a traitor
That one,
and
or
then taking the
one,
child?
because, yeah.
But one would explain whatever the cosmic fuck was happening in here before.
So, okay,
I was
4
just
first,
straight
I
up and
think.
kill him.
Yeah, I think 4 first. Felix is my wayward student. He came to Iraq 5 as a callow youth. I personally mentored him and entrusted him with the care of the child.
The child.
He was like a son to me, but he proved to be just another traitor. He sought to steal our most precious treasure, the heir of our house, our sacred child. To reveal in
Strong and child.
Here we go. To revel in power with others like him, casting our house into the abyss, to prevent the centuries-long traditions of our family.
Well, these guys are obviously looking after her, protecting us. I think I would side with them.
You can see the fruits of his villainy yourself. He decides he was not bound by his duties to the legacy of the greatest of our navigators.
Novitors.
Symphony.
Orcelio, who led our house in prosperity for countless years. Foolish boy, the renegade clouded his mind. They sought to seize control of the dynasty before the sacred child had had come of age and taken up the Novitor's throne.
Now I can't stop looking at it and being like, ah, yes, our greatest of our Novitors, Tizzyphone.
Sorry, say that last part again?
So now I look at it, I know it's pronounced Tisiphone, but I just see it spelt Tizzyphone.
Yep, Tizzyphone. That's what I was looking at it going, is it?
It's Tizzyphone Orcelio.
Alright, so
Okay, now
oh
we get
shit,
to
there's a lot of stuff. So choose whose side you're on, the murderous traitor or the lawful scion of the noble house.
You see, he does look like honestly trying to protect her. Where the other guy was saying that she's his
And he was executing people.
Yeah.
and that.
Right. So, curse. You do not understand the sacrifice, the sacred gift given to our
Sacred.
child, and the child is sad. We all weep. When the child smiles, we all laugh. Giddy, and if the child wants
Giddy.
blood, the world turns crimson. The child's will is the will of the great
Is it?
Tisiphone, and she's the heir of the house. Right, and they call me dangerous with my witchcraft.
What service would you ask of me?
Sorry.
I trust him by his actions.
So bounced off number 1. You look frightening. His description. It just reminds me of what are the fish people from Lovecraft?
Uh,
Deep ones.
Oh,
They're like he's got
yeah.
milky eyes and fishy face. I was like, so he's a deep one?
Yep. Right, so
how could you lose control of your own station?
Yeah, I mean pretty much all of them work except 5 and 7. 6 if you want to side with this guy. But you can get more fluff out of him first.
yeah, so I'm going to start with how could you lose control of your station? Do not trust my error. Sorry, do not trust
Thrust.
my errors in my face. Oh, thrust. Fuck's sakes. Sorry,
Thrust.
people. Thrust, as in thrust.
Let's get sexual. Sexual.
Yep.
Clown
I am twice your age and twice as wise. Hey, listen, stupid can be stupid regardless of age. Take my advice. Trust no one but yourself and the Emperor. Even those closest to you will betray you for gold, power, and far-fetched idea of a bright future.
I mean, you should always trust the Emperor.
Okay.
He's right on that. But
I'm going to go with number
I
3.
won't.
Mhm.
If you want to.
try and get his side of the story.
Defending myself before strangers, I never thought I would fall so low. The old man looks at the unmoving Cassia and shakes his head in resignation. If the child's life were not at stake, very well, I have no choice or proof of my innocence. Just talk. I can give you my word as a member of the Navis nobility.
Nevis nobility.
Hey.
Nobilite.
Nobility. Nobilite. If the honest word and an honourable man counts for anything with you. I guarded this station against calamity and incursions.
Incursions.
Thank you.
Incursions.
Incursions. Yeah, there's no E, so it's not cure. Okay. From without to the best of my ability, I forced the wardens to strictly observe security protocols. I personally select every servant, and I faithfully protected the child during the coup. Okay.
Coup? Oh, the coup.
I trust him. As I said, his actions
Yeah.
were immediately for her
Yeah.
welfare.
He's not attacked me. None of them attacked. None of them have been threatening.
Yeah.
I mean, I can guess what he's going to ask for, but we might as well ask.
Now we'll go back downstairs and kill the other
Right,
guy.
save the sacred child. Take her away from the station. I fear
Oh,
I do not
okay.
have long left. Okay. Save the child and deliver her safely to Regent Arantu.
Aaron.
Yeah, exactly. Acting ahead of the house in Kronos Expanse. Rest assured that the reward will be well worth your effort. I know we came here for a navigator, but after everything we've seen, I've got some reservations about this girl. Okay, so she's
I
finally
think the
joining.
amulet is controlling her. Suppressing her.
Right, so she looks at Cassandra painfully, furrow appears on her brow. Such a fragile thing with such heavy burdens upon her shoulders.
Or a navigator.
You are talking as though
Yeah.
you're expected to die here. Yes? No?
That's what I'd go.
I presume that's addressed to the man, not Argenta.
Yeah.
We're still talking to the fish man.
My service to the house is coming to an end. The wounded Fellic inflicted on my flesh will never heal.
Yes.
I am dying. Praise the throne slowly enough to see the child was taken care of. You need help. There is medicine deck on my
Medicaid.
ship.
Medicaid.
Mitigate, yeah. Everything's got a twang on it.
Right, no, I'm the keeper. I will perish along with my station. On that note, I have other matters to attend to.
You
All
will
right.
go down
No, it's a
with
blood
the ship.
station.
Please share your thoughts.
So, 1, join him. 2, attempt to steal him as a navigator. 3, bring the child to Felek, the guy outside. 4, fuck everyone, we're stealing her. So far he's been moderately nice.
Yeah,
So 1, I think, is our only
Hold for 1.
option.
right.
Yeah,
Allies are
continue
always
being-
welcome, even temporary ones. I will revive the child. Do not be alarmed. The power of the house. It will help to destroy our enemies. A shield us from Felix Navigator's forces. But you the rest of the time before the battle. Okay.
Yay, you get rest.
Save the lady.
Save the lady.
Lady is not the child. But she is the child. Oh, we leveled up. I'm going to quickly
Yeah, I was trying
snoop
to
around the room, see if there's any hidden loot.
one rank available.
Come away.
Here's a new talent.
Ooh, piece of candy. Okay, that was just one
Recommended features.
thing to loot.
Fresh start. I'll put the text in at full wounds, attack the more damage. Instant exposure.
Right. So
Stick skill, I think.
Did you have that?
Incoming damage is
Near the
reduced.
operative is an expert
to
enemy.
-2,
Operative
and
gains
the
plus
warrior
1
gains
damage and
plus
plus
1
2% armor
level.
penetration in combat.
Reckless
Interesting.
strike.
Weak body, weak soul.
Warriors next.
Exposed weakness also reduces enemy's toughness and willpower by 9 for 1 round. That sounds like it could be fun. Okay, now I need to up something. I think I need to up my ballistic skill a bit. Although, you guys,
Warrior
Abatal's really got 55.
A target gains a plus 80%.
Against us at 50, so-
Damage. If the target attacks the warrior during this round, the warrior gets a plus
Lost in
1
the field source.
That's
What's
not
not?
too bad.
Willpower's currently at 60. Yeah, so,
Doing again slash with ability.
damn, we're all stupid as fuck, so I'm gonna take intelligence.
Warrior dashes through the enemy to summon enemy opposition melee.
Yeah, bump to intelligence.
Can be applied only once per.
Was every one of our characters are intelligence 150.
Alright, calm down. The warriors gather so pushes the enemy away. The distance is pushed. I'm gonna go with that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna run quickly and switch on my kettle, check on the 3D print while you guys are upgrading characters. Be back in a couple of seconds.
I've gone with Reckless Strike, Jack.
Which he does what?
A warrior's next melee attack gains 20% armor penetration and +8 damage and ignores 12% of the target's parry. Every enemy who survives an attack enhanced by this ability will attack the warrior in return, including creatures with ranged weapons.
Ah, so it's kind of a finisher, or if you know, you can take the hit.
Yeah,
So you get like an attack of opportunity back.
yeah, because I got a choice of Endure, which
And sure you've got.
drop the enemy's damage to so the warrior's next turn all incoming damage is reduced by -2 and the warrior gains a +11 temporary wounds.
Which is good.
Sworn enemy, the warrior marks a target gaining 18% armor and +6 damage on melee attacks against the target. If the target attacks the warrior during this round, the warrior gains a +1 AP once per round.
That's good for like bosses.
Right, I've got Breakthrough. The warrior gains the Slash ability with 2 charges for this round. Slash cannot be used in the same round as Charge. That answers that question.
Yep.
The warrior dashes through an enemy to the cell on the enemy's opposite side and makes a melee attack with 50% reduced damage.
Yep.
Can be applied only once for the target per round. Does not provoke attacks of opportunity.
Yeah. So it's useful for getting around people in combat. Does a little bit of damage, but that's the thing. It costs you 2 action points to turn on, but then the actual attacks are free. You get 2 charges of it.
All right. I've got Forceful Strike. Basically,
That's a push.
push them up to 3 squares. And I got Taunting Scream.
I like the fact that it specifies it can't be used with the heavy rock saw. There is collision damage in this, so if you knock them into something, they do take damage from that. But if you want to test it later, when we get like a hammer, all hammers have push on them.
Right.
Like their special is normally an AoE, and you can do some push. And then taunt's obviously just to make things a priority.
Yeah.
But certain skills for him, especially if he becomes, I think, the Vanguard archetype, are based around being priority target,
Right.
which basically means you need aggro.
Yeah. So which one do you reckon would be a good choice?
I'd go either Reckless or Sworn Enemy, because you've already got Endure, you start with that. The Reckless is good for bopping people down.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Reckless.
Sworn Enemy increases all the damage that you do when you hit them as well.
Right. Now, for skills, they've got ticking on athletics and coercion. Or coerce.
Carouse.
Yeah.
So those are the ones that it normally recommends for your class. If you hover over them, it will tell you in the party who has what level of it. Like when you click on it. So currently Carouse, Abelard is the highest.
Yeah. So
unless you're going to try and specialize in it, you're not going to overtake him.
Yeah, so for me to... I've already got 40 in it. It'll take me up to 50.
Yeah, he's already on 55.
Yeah.
So you won't beat him in that.
So maybe go for the other option.
Yeah, stacking it doesn't help.
Athletics, on the other
Because
hand...
always uses the highest.
You are beating
level
everyone on. Yeah.
30, we're all about average on coercion. Demolition. Yeah,
I think that'll probably be me or Argenta.
That'll
They're
be
gonna be doing
Argenta.
those.
Yeah.
Argenta.
Yeah.
Everyone's on 40.
I'd go for coercion, considering you're the rogue trader.
Yeah, and awareness, I am on 40. I've got, no. So I'm going with coercion.
So once you've got that up a bit more, then you'll go open up more.
Coercion is also
Options
based on your
dialogue.
fellowship.
Okay. Now, ranks available 1. What do I put a rank in?
You've got to complete and then that'll go.
Right. Cool. Now,
Albert.
you.
Okay.
Hey, Chris, how's it going? Right, so what we got for him? He's already got Endure.
Oh, so he's basically got the same level up as you at the moment.
Yeah, I think I'll go with Sworn Enemy on him.
Cool. And then he was good at
He's got
Carouse.
quite high carouse.
Yeah, so you can make him the carouse guy. Argenta's the demolition guy. We'll get someone that's a medical guy, someone that's an athletics guy, etc. So we
Yeah.
diversify across the party.
Cool.
Bam.
Right. Okay. Now we've got to go. They're reviving her, aren't they?
Yeah, we need to leave effectively.
Where do we? Dumb question. Do we just go out the actual,
Back around the elevator, yeah.
which you're already there by?
Sort of. I accidentally clicked away. Over there. Just casually going up and down on and off the floor.
I don't see why he just doesn't join us.
He is. Felix, a nice guy.
Treason worm should have killed you. That's enough, boy. You betrayed your
Child.
Our house
house.
in Sisyphone.
I am back.
Cool. Welcome to combat.
I think so.
Okay.
Damn, it's all an army of guards around the room. This is gonna be fun. Okay, I'm heading left.
And you'll die quickly.
For the Emperor!
Okay. Starting off with you. Where are you?
That's Argenta.
I'm
And that's
down there.
Fun.
Hi down there. He's going
Okay, I'm
first.
heading left.
I can put my two guys right up next to him.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you
No,
can't
you
be in the
can't,
red, but you
because
can be.
one love, yeah.
Could be one
Very
space away,
close to-
basically. But remember, there's a minimum distance on charge. But he is probably going to run away.
I tell you what I'll
Or
do.
back up.
I will put him
There
there,
for Adira, and then I
and
can lightning blast.
there. I'm happy with that because then if he does
What do you
run,
think,
I
Daz?
should be able to get him. Where are you going to put? Yes, lightning blast is a good thing for.
Because
Press
they'll
the
take out three of them. Or
Yeah.
at least
left.
By
damage
the way,
three of them.
I'm going to have to get healed at some point. I think. Nope.
Yep.
Oh, I'm 34
You
out
should
of
be able-
29. Got you.
Yeah, the
Alright.
blue bar's like temporary.
Bonus.
Oh, right. So you were waiting for me.
Yep,
You
you're
called
in
it,
the way.
Jack. Would
You
you like
ran
your
away.
telephone
Yeah.
back?
So much for you. Ooh,
Ooh,
God,
fuck
space.
me. He did a lot.
Vision box, Zion.
Stay
Ooh, soul
vigilant.
gaze. Ooh, you just got closer.
I love the
Hey,
fact that he
didn't
moved
shoot
up
me,
to
thank
you and then
God.
shot the guy in cover, yeah. That'll make a bit more sense.
Ouch.
Right.
Ah,
It's a-
is that for the lightning blast? For that full kill? Yes.
He moved me
So, I
out
think I only get
of my-
two. No, I think I still get that third guy.
Cover. 3
Yes, I'll
spaces.
still get I'll still get the third guy. I won't get this guy.
When you say this guy, do you mean the guy right in front of you?
The guy on the right.
Standing behind the
But,
pillar?
yeah, I think he's out of range.
That one.
But but the other guys will
Because then I can shoot him.
get chained. Oops, I think you missed.
You missed. Punk ass. Really?
How the hell did you miss that?
You dumped an entire clip.
Into
16
You
bullets
missed
and missed.
everyone.
yeah, but and dumped it right into the actual thingy. Into
Oh,
the
okay,
column.
there you go.
Damn, Cassia can fight.
Ah, she got that eye. Yeah, apparently I have a 0% chance to hit her.
Push
That's still there.
friendly. Yay!
Duty prevails!
Oh, you fucker. Not me in high cover. That's XCOM, baby.
Heretics.
Damn, lots of dead people.
Right, your turn.
Okay. Time to cause some chaos.
Just
I
Start
am
lightning
going
us.
to analyze.
Analyze the big guy because I'm
Analyze.
taking him.
Oh,
Which one? The guy at the pillar.
He's got to do
I
the.
can't analyze him. He's out of range.
Ah.
Oh, wait, no, I can.
Yeah,
Okay.
the expose is the one that
Yeah,
will help
expose him.
Scott.
Expose him as well.
So we got that as free, didn't we? Yeah.
Yep.
So now you can lightning or yell and do a buff.
Now.
Also, if you want to move,
Well,
it bounces back to you.
That
And it
sucks.
actually did damage
Rubber
to
and
you.
cliff.
That sucks.
Oh yeah, you lightning yourself. You can still buff.
I'm going to increase
Why
my
did I
own-
move up?
I'm going to buff myself.
If you dodge an area attack, you dodge out of the way physically. You move a bit.
Yeah.
So I've literally
Which
moved
is
up in
What I
initiative.
always thought was strange about the
Oh,
the
initiative,
Pathfinder
Yeah, I've
is when
moved
you
in
dodge,
initiative.
You don't actually move.
That might be because things have died.
Yeah, but I've gone backwards. I believe I
Probably
was.
because you took a reaction. Maybe that.
I've not
does
had a
something.
turn yet.
Yeah, but maybe your actual physical dodging changes
that-
your initiative. I don't
No,
know.
I think it's just where things have died and shuffled them around.
Well,
No,
Clinton,
yeah.
if you're done,
So in my turn.
I must
Yeah.
not falter.
Great.
My faith strengthens me.
Don't shoot. Ooh. Who was that just got blasted? Dave
Me. Yeah.
Abatal.
yeah, now I'm back up to being second next.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
so
you're
it's
after
just
me.
an
Remember, it's
interruption.
bottom up.
Yes, but I was
you've always
showing
got-
as being as the. Anyway, never mind.
Yeah, I also saw you like right in the middle of the initiative order there.
I'm gonna do one of these.
That'll work. Damn. Almost, but not quite.
Round 2, fight.
Basically.
It's called run and gun, not take a saunter and gun. Damn it.
It's slightly like meander, and then shoot. We now do bonus damage to anyone who's adjacent to us. So get in there,
Right.
Scott.
So, first of all, switch on Surefire
Nothing
Plan.
I can't do.
Yes. And then if you can get
Switch
charge off.
Endure. Right, charge and hit him.
Now you can do a normal hit as well, or a forceful strike. But remember, if he lives through the forceful, he does get to hit you.
Right, so my current damage with this is 8 to 13.
You didn't
5 to
deal a
7.
huge amount to him.
No, because he is currently
33. Got no armor. 22%.
And
off.
he's got that weakness.
if I
Exploit.
do that, I get 8 points of extra damage, so I could possibly do minimum 16, maximum is 21.
I mean, if you click the ability to turn it on and then hover over him, it should tell you how much it estimates
Not
you'll
a
do.
problem for me.
Oh, because that's
Reckless
activated.
spy.
Oh, that's your next attack. Right.
Right, in that case,
Yeah, you
Oh.
don't have enough action points.
shit. Oh well.
But if you waddle out the way, then Abelard can get in after.
Let's see how they respond
Yeah,
to
surround
this.
him.
Flank, bitch.
Flank
I don't know if
him.
that actually gives it. Actually, having allies in melee range does give you a bonus. You get plus 10 weapon skill for every ally around the target.
All right, I think
Because
that is
steering,
going to
yeah.
be my entire turn.
Unless they
Yep.
have
Weather the storm.
something about combat that means it
To
gets
the
rid of that.
heretics.
And woman.
Break them around.
Oh, you were saying. Yep.
Of the Imperial.
That was a lot of blood.
You're a medic. Position. Kill thyself.
High momentum.
None of that's done.
Okay,
Okay, that does not sound pleasant.
right, so brace for impact.
It will
Enjoy.
be done.
Sworn enemy.
And
You.
At your beck and call.
4 left.
You've only got 2 points left.
Charge.
It will be done.
Whack bonk.
That's not the
You
Seneschal's job.
click on him with the charge.
I couldn't click on him.
Then probably, if you use the Daring Breach, the momentum skill, you'll get points back to attack.
We'll
You can
rule
probably
the
kill it.
stars themselves.
Because you can just unload melee hits, and because he's your sworn enemy, he should take even more.
Right, so that's not, in that case, just go straight strike.
Yep.
Yep, that's a lot.
Ooh, close. 24 points of
At your
damage.
beck and
Probably
call.
got another one.
Reduced to
Yeah.
dust.
And
Might even have a third one in you,
21. All that
You've also
flippin'
still got
second
movement.
strike.
because it's a special.
So you can start heading over to the star behind the pillar on the
3,
left.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Behind the
That
block.
guy over there is 8 squares away.
Which guy? There we go.
Yes, I think he's 8. I counted it right.
So do I go right next to him, or
You can hit anyone in one square around you. So you can hit him from 8 diagonally. Diagonally. And again, yeah, you can always test to see if it works by doing the ghost move.
what ghost move?
So when you click to move, the first time obviously
Oh,
doesn't commit you to it, just shows you where you're going to go.
Like
So you could do the ghost move and then tell him to
Oh,
attack.
that would-
And if it lets you do it, then you know it will work.
That's a shitload of damage in one
Weapon at the
round.
ready.
But it was a momentum move. What they're there for. Well, you really just want to fuck someone's day up.
Thank you.
Follow my
Then you
lead.
get
One
my
dude
ass
left.
handed to me.
Yeah.
Bonk.
Moving out.
Don't
Oh,
off me, don't off me. Thank you.
why do you always go for me, asshole?
Because you got the
Oh.
big weapon.
You know what? For that,
Hit him with the
I'll
big
reload
weapon.
my gun at you. And then I'm going to dump the
I
entire
fire
magazine
in
at
his
you.
face. Don't hit me.
None can escape the
Ooh,
Emperor's
all 10 points
judgment.
damage.
Dump the entire mag.
From how many rounds?
16.
Now, this is your burden, child.
Child.
Survive. Return to the fold of your house as your destiny demands.
Woohoo!
So he is dying.
No. Don't leave me alone in this violet brown haze. Wake up. Your mistress is giving you an order. Do you hear me?
If my mistress gives me an order, I dump her as my mistress. So yeah, man.
He was a fine seer of the war. He fought for his mistress until the end.
Yeah, no. Enough's enough. I've had my fill of waterworks, thank you.
right, I regret we have to meet under such circumstances. Enough tears, you're coming with me now. Forgive the urgency, but we should leave the station immediately. The systems are unstable, and it may fail at any moment.
Okay, I also make a
Enough.
This is
suggestion like
my
that.
Your character just says nothing.
my home. What are you going to do to me?
If you wish to leave the station alive, you must first sign a contract you will undertake to serve as my navigator until I release you from that obligation.
That seems a bit harsh. Then again, it's
Ivan,
Warhammer.
road trader of the Imperium. Of man, offer you my protection and grant you shelter aboard my
2
vessel.
or 3 is my suggestion.
Let us aid one another. Become my navigator, and I shall restore your house. Right.
Store you in the house. We're not offering to rebuild the house.
I
floor, just
reckon
fill it back
number
to the house.
2 would be the one to go with.
I'd go with 2 as well, because 3 you're saying you'll
Yeah,
return
more
it to a house
formal.
at the earliest opportunity.
Yeah.
Which seems a bit too soon.
I beg your pardon, but what about my servants? Your Act 5 is still full of people loyal to House Orselio.
Fuck it, why not?
Number 2, we need more people. We need more crew.
Yeah, we do need crew.
Actually, yeah. I will provide you with everything necessary. Naturally, this includes servants.
Yeah, we don't have enough staff.
Yeah, no.
Everyone's really stretched thin.
As a Lady Navigator of House Orselio, I accept your gracious
One sec.
offer of protection. Please, take me to your vessel. I can no...
Leave the station.
They all amalgamated into one.
Follow my lead.
Oh, she's got a level up.
Oh, and there's a lot of stuff. Right, hold on.
Yeah, let's go. get
She's
some
got
stuff.
2 ranks. Right,
There's
hold
the
on.
last
What does
one.
What does she do?
She's a navigator, so she's probably also a psychic.
Oh, voice command, bring down, finest hour, lidless stare. Clinton, are you wanting to play another character, or are you...
Yeah, I'll run her.
Right, in that case... leveling up, that's fine. Character assignment. There you go, and you can do the level up.
Yeah, I'm just picking up Warpseer's goggles. One more of those. I suppose I might as well just collect all. Eh?
I sent you a picture, Scott. Can you guess what it is?
A board game?
Nope. It's related to this game.
Oh. Oh, really? That is cool, dude. Right. Let me see if I can...
Yeah, I think I've got all of them.
We lose all the bodies? Nope.
That is the actual figurine he's got.
Oh, I missed some.
Yep. I do have a statue of Cassia.
Okay, I'll upgrade it once we're back on the ship. I don't want to hold up the entire game.
Oh, dead shot stub revolver.
And a ton of blast guns and body gloves.
That's interesting.
Got good
Sorry?
accuracy, good damage,
Additional recoil.
but you need higher strength.
I shouldn't have an issue
Normal.
with that.
Oh yeah, no you don't. But it's better than your normal one.
Mine does 7 to... yeah, he does 7 to 8 on his gun. So 7 to 11.
And that's 8 to 16. Plus it has an additional hit chance.
Right, and what have you got? You've got a laser pistol. I'll give you
Laser.
the other one. Where'd it
Damn.
go?
Enemies targeted by navigator powers suffer a -5 penalty to all their characteristics until the end of the navigator's next turn.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Penalty stacks and is prolonged until the
Oh.
navigator's next turn every time it stacks. Fuck.
Yeah, I believe navigators there. Well, sorry,
Wait, hold
she
on.
has her navigator powers, but her archetype also is very good for getting other people to take extra actions.
Oh, sweet.
Right, you.
But she is also psychic-like, so you've got the psychics, he's got the melee, and I've got the range.
Good stuff.
There's the other gun.
Okay. What's good for her? Deception, willpower.
Uh,
Let's bump up willpower one more.
willpower generally, yeah.
Okay.
And the common talent. No recommended talents.
Fellowship. Who's got fellowship?
Common. Navigator makes all resistance tests with their willpower to be higher than base characteristics. Oh my god, yes. That could be a lifesaver for her.
The highest fellowship is Cassia, currently at 40.
Yes, then she can take the cloak. Oh, but that's only in combat.
Enemies, yeah, within 2 squares.
I keep on forgetting that every time. Cool. Right. Clinton, let me know when you're finished.
Yeah, I'm almost done.
Yeah, no, not rushing you. It just, I'm asking you so when you're ready, I can click on the door button.
Yeah, I've just got to select one of the.
Yeah, take it
I've
easy.
got to select talent for her, yeah. The markers. One voice. Range of the officer's ability increased by +3. Damn. Range of voice. Voice commands increased by 6. Focus does. The officer using a ability on ally. Ally gains a bonus to perception and ballistic skill equal to 4. Okay, let's do that one. And then select your power. Now, she actually had 2 level ups.
Yeah,
Okay, ready to go.
cool.
But
There is a different taste between Rooibos tea and I think it's PG Tips.
You think? Maybe because one's got caffeine and one doesn't.
Which one doesn't?
Rooibos.
That's
Rooibos has 0 caffeine.
Okay. There was where I was shopping the one day I came
It's like
across
metal tea. No
yeah, it's like
caffeine.
I actually came across Rooibos tea and I thought, fuck it, why not?
I'll experiment with teas every now and again.
I'm not a huge fan of Rooibos.
Right, so
Fine,
Captain,
good plan.
Lady Navigator, welcome aboard. The Sanctum Navis has been prepared for the communal ritual. But if the Lady Navigator wishes to rest in her quarters first, your heart starts beating fiercely, your breath becomes short and choppy, your fingertips tingle unpleasantly. You notice that Vigil is shivering slightly and the crew are glancing around in puzzlement,
She's been doing something nasty.
searching for the source, and a sudden wave of unease. Without even looking at the Vox Master, cries, "First, I wish
She's the one feeling
to
unease.
speak with the road trader. Leave us."
Yeah, basically. Her powers are so strong, they kind of bleed
That
out.
everyone feels what she feels.
Yeah, that's why everyone was crying when she was sad.
And we're slightly
I wouldn't
unaffected
say
because
crying, I'll
of
say hysterical.
What are you saying, Scott? Slightly unaffected because of?
that stone we've got.
Yes, but it was a trick by Felic.
Right.
He wanted us to put it on her, and it would dampen
you
her
could
powers.
control her.
I see.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Then lowers her lashes slightly, turns to you. What do you wish to speak about? Tell me more about what the ritual entails. First, you will do your duties as navigator. All other conversation can wait.
Okay,
I do not
message
want
me
to speak to
if you
you.
need me before I get back.
Okay.
While we're on the ship here and doing what's needed, I'm gonna take a quick smoke break.
Cool. Jack, what do you think? I'm going to go with one straight to the point.
Yes. Again, general hints with Cassia. As I said, she is a lady. So, when you think lady, what do you think?
Prim and proper.
Or-
You've got to be very polite to.
Yes, more typically like English lady, highborn.
Yes.
She's a lady. So, Again, she speaks high
You're
Gothic.
gonna have
She's
to, you're
been
gonna have to play a
prepared for-
female character at some point with that voice. I think it'll be epic. I know Barbarella is female. Oh,
yeah, but
yes.
she's also Uncle Bacon. So
That is true. That is true. So Jack in my game is playing a Skinwalker. Now, a Skinwalker is a descendant of a lycanthrope creature, and Jack's one is actually a wild boar, called a Wild Heart. I think the race is called
Rage Bread.
Rage Bread, and he's actually taken Miss. The idea is based on Miss Piggy in a Viking outfit.
Yes.
And he's playing an actual. Well, she is an actual barbarian.
It's Barbarella the Barbarian.
Yep. And she's got a hammer in one hand and a pickaxe in the other.
Pickaxe in the other, yeah.
It's interesting.
I mean, I've saved everyone from me and Damien making puns because I don't have currently a horned hat, but when I get one, we'll be able to joke about Uncle Bacon being horny all the time.
Yep. Yep. Right, so what do you wish to speak about? Before I begin the ritual, I wish to look once again into the eyes of the man whose fame is so great it managed to penetrate the impregnable walls of Ulrich 5. Long before we ever met, it truly is you, Ignatius, the person, the whole expanse and Calix's sector are talking about, and now a rogue trader as well.
And again, because of the blue, it's because you chose Illustrious Glory.
Which one's
You're
that
famous,
one?
boy.
Oh, from
You
my
did something
background.
big. Yeah.
After a few seconds of hesitation, she lets out a small exhale and raises her pointed chin. Right, so let me see what this is. So, decision consequences. You've convinced Casella Elo to depart Eric 5 of her own free will.
Yes, so you didn't trap her in a contract and you didn't forcefully drag her out.
Yeah. Right, I have not yet thanked you for saving me on the station. My thoughts were clouded with so much mournful ash when Theobald Hart stopped. But you acted honourably and did not exploit me in my wretched position, and for that I'm immeasurably grateful.
You saved our lives. We are eternally grateful.
Yep. Right, so I'm also deeply grateful that you saved my servants.
Yes.
Which is, yeah, so we saved the servants, especially my valet.
I think it's Uwe or Uwe.
Uwe, okay, served on the station for more than 5 years, longer than any who preceded him. He knows how to properly attend to me during journeys through the...
Immaterium.
Thank you. The alternative dimension of pure energy madness. Okay, right, okay.
The warp, hell. It has many names.
What serves me for breakfast? His presence envelops me in a cloak of amber.
And if you notice, she comments on things in colours a lot.
Right. Right, so I'm ready to go to
That's how
the
she sees
center.
things.
Right. Nervous performance. Excuse me. And performs the sacred rite. I require brushes, canvas, and the best paints you have on board, but no red. Shit out a tea. Right, so why are you asking for these items now? Is not enough time to indulge in painting. Tell me more about the essentials. Why do you refuse to use red paint? Well, anger, pain, that type of stuff, rage. Hello.
Okay.
Yes.
Hey.
I'm not even looked yet, and I'm just. I think it is a Damien. Yes, it is.
Search your feelings. You know it to be true.
Yes. Right. So why are you asking for the? I'm going to go with option 2. I shall ensure that the necessary supplies are delivered in the Sanctum Nevis. I'm not going to wait. Right. So number 2 and then number 4. Right. Ah, there we go. I doubt the uninitiated could understand the mysteries of navigation, but I shall try to explain the essence of it. I must merge my mind and will with the machine spirit, of the ship so that I can become one with the vessel. Cassia lifts a lock of hair from the back of her neck, revealing a gilded implant pulse. After that, I use the House Orel's ritual, which I'm loath to reveal to you, to free my mind and errant thoughts, and then... Right, now, hold on. Machine spirits. Those spirits believed to be adherent of the cult of Machinus. Mechanicus, to inhabit and control technology in existence.
Yes.
Right.
Tech priests of Mars, the cult Mechanicus, they think all the machines have spirits in them. And
Right.
that the only way anything works is because the spirits want them to.
Fair enough. And the implant ports are basic like in the Matrix. Things that plug in the back of your head.
Normal cyberpunk,
Yeah.
plug your USB into something.
Yep. And then it is time to open my third eye and peer into the depths of the warp itself. Among the nightmarish visions, mirages, and creatures of the abyss, only the light of the Emperor is the truth that will lead me through lead me from star to star, from system to system. Oh, the light, the guiding thread, so fine it can slip from one's grasp at any moment. Unfurls her hand through the dropping of something, but you have nothing to worry about. The navigator of house never lose their course.
Again, Emperor being the truth, he powers the Astronomicon, which is basically like a big lighthouse
Right.
that the navigators use to travel and sort of navigate where they are in comparison to
like
it.
a beacon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if that ever went out, you're fucked.
Now, I'm not going to ask about why she refuses to use red.
You can do.
I'm not going to,
Fair enough.
because at the end of the day, it matters not.
What the lady wants,
Yes.
the lady doesn't get in this regard, because she doesn't want red.
Right, I shall in service they are taken to that place. I shall take my leave of you for the duration of the rite. I ask you that you do not follow, if you can survive the gaze of the warp eye when it's opened.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's literally one of her attacks.
Ooh, that was a deep bow.
It's
Damn.
big, and it does a lot of damage.
Okay, Lord Captain, I will oversee the open channel between Lady Navigator and the bridge, and may the Emperor's light help us all.
I still can't look at Vigdis, the communications lady, without thinking, like, you've got a bald head and very thin cyber dreads. You just look like the twins out of the Matrix.
Yes.
The Vamp Twins.
Yeah.
They were cool.
a
I
nice
did like
word.
those.
Susurration.
That's
Sublimely
interesting.
surreal susurration.
Okay.
I think basically means like whispery
Such a
noise.
Soothing sound.
Come here, Uwe. Go. Right, so I see violet vortexes lash in an ocean. Right, so where do we actually need to go?
Do the
Well,
rest
he's-
of.
Well, we want to
Places
get out of
to go.
here in general, but there are still places to go.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
trying to
because we
move the
need to-
map,
we
but I
still need
can't
to
move the
find
map.
that,
Yeah, because we're in a conversation.
Rika the Minorius seems to be dead.
Yeah, can't move because we're in a conversation.
Right, I see violet vortexes lashing, umbra shadows, right, okay. And here beyond the wall, the glass
And yeah,
of
beyond the
daughter
wall of
forsaken.
glass, a daughter forsaken by her father, yearns for her brother. And the sun's pale disk goes in tireless pursuit of her? No, of me. Its frozen rays lie that spring is here. The light is dead and the great ruler is gone.
Alright, so my object apologies for
Oops.
cutting off the broadcast from Captain. I never heard the warp speaking through a navigator before. The concentration is restored now. The connection is restored now. It will not happen again. Alright.
And I've never heard it happening, but I've always kind of imagined it a bit like Dune, you know, when the Bene Gesserit
like
use the voice.
Yeah. Or navigator speaking through its interpreted device from the original Dune movie. That deep
Right,
thrumming
so
sound
see that you
reverberates
receive
everything.
5 lashes for... oh, you're right there. I'll just leave her undisturbed.
Yeah, and I would justigate the Vox Master Victus
Why?
because
Getting
that's
into
what you
rogue
do in
Sorry?
that's what you do in Warhammer.
Again, he
If
is
you
being
want the power,
iconoclast,
you're weak.
What was that, Jack?
saying you are iconoclast.
What does that mean?
Also true. You agree.
Basically, it's very difficult to describe accurately, especially in this setting, but you'll still do things, but you're not a complete total dick about it. You do tend to help people.
Right.
Soul-shredding screams drown out the Vox transmission. The servants in the Sanctum Novice are howling and shrieking like wild beasts, moaning in pain. The throats roar from the strain, and then sudden silence. The dull thud of dropping bodies proclaims their fate. Damn.
Okay.
It appears the servants are part of the Lady Navigator's right, as it was for the predecessor. I'll arrange for the bodies to be removed from the Sanctum Novice after the ritual, or what is left of them.
Rogue Trader, I feel I have unfortunate news. Endless blackness has spread across the canvas, dividing what should be whole in two, and my sight cannot glimpse the light of the Emperor as clearly as before. I cannot turn around, my brush only draws me onwards. The way is blocked.
So we have to clear out the system.
You hear a heavy exhale, rustling fabric of material clinking. By the Emperor's grace, the ritual was successful. Your vessel temperament presented a challenge. Its cold steel grip did not allow me to breathe freely even for a second. It was as if the depths of the ship housed not only machine spirit, but something other. Now I will retreat to my chamber to recover my strength. Send for me when you have need for me. Oh crap, that's that shit that was invading the ship before, wasn't
Now
it?
they're dragged through the void.
The Lord Captain, congratulations on acquiring a navigator. Please spare me a few moments of your time. There are several matters that require your attention. First of all, I wish to report on the condition of the station.
It's fucked.
Yeah, you had opted to begin your visit to the Raycard system with a different destination. The situation could have become critically unstable. Fortunately, the decision to immediately visit the representatives of the Navis Nobilite brought us precious time. We can either focus our efforts on disassembling the station and procuring technological components for our vessel, or attempt to save as many valuables as we can.
So again, time-based choices. We came here first, so the station wasn't as decrepit or dilapidated as it could have been if we didn't go there right away. So because of that, we can either get components, we can loot it, which gets a profit factor, or do nothing.
But our ship is in desperate need of repairs.
Again, if there's something with see, it's got the two arrows going in opposite directions. If you hover over that bit, it will tell you what you get.
Right, profit
So in this
factor.
case,
2.
yeah. Profit factor is our spending power.
Right.
We don't deal in normal currency because we have so much power and so much money. It's more of a case of, I want that thing. I can enforce my will to get that thing. So it's not a case of you go to the shop, oh, I want to buy a las pistol for, 100 credits. It's just a case of, give me that las pistol. And things that do cost more will require more profit factor in that regard. But it's more of an anomalous measure of wealth and power.
Right.
So more is good.
I'm just trying to think components or loot.
Yeah, but is it good versus components in the ship? don't know.
I'm going to go with 2.
Pardon me. Cool.
Right, as you command. Right, with your permission, I'd also like to remind you that we are still looking for Engine Seer Prime. Both the vessel and the machine spirits are in desperate
No,
need
you
of
do not have my
oversight.
permission. Why did you
by the
remind me?
Shush. I'm not that far yet. By the experience of press, we're also
That wasn't the
missing
first line,
some
dude.
crew, and much more importantly, we have not yet located.
Henrik von Galax.
Okay, the right hand of Lord Inquisitor. Now we know for certain that he's not on Urak. We should keep this in mind when making any future plans.
I do like number 1. Like, every time when bad stuff's happening, tell me something nice.
You could sometimes visit and tell me.
That's something entertaining.
I'm actually going to go with that.
End mine. First there.
Right. How do you do that?
It's just when we
You
click
just
an option.
re-click on it because we aren't in control of the game.
Because we don't have the power, it just lets you know what we're voting.
Certainly, Lord, if you're interested, this week passed with a record low rate of minor disturbances in the lower decks. A senior technomat from Shift 8 came up with a new formula for a lubricant used in kitchen server implant maintenance. The quartermaster of the store compartment 11 reported recently that we are spending a ceremonial decorations at least 20% slower than expected, which means we have enough tablecloth, carpets and lamps to last us 15 years, but grand receptions instead of 10. Even considering that some of the stock was burned during the cultist attack on the vessel.
All that good news. Thanks.
Okay. So there are places with the little yellow triangle, normally ascertained to main quest.
Right.
So other places are tertiary or side quests or whatever. Like, for example, Rykad Majoris, one on the left.
Yeah.
If you hover over it, it says not explored, scan required. So we can go there, look at it, we might find stuff.
All
Could be a
right.
quest, could be an item, could be anything. Could be nothing. Quite a few of them have nothing. But you do get XP when you scan. And you don't use anything to scan. So it's free in that regard.
I don't think my voice is not saying a thing.
Begin scan.
So nothing on it, no
Great.
resources,
It's
but we've got 50
double
XP.
Right.
And it went in the encyclopedia.
Are we going to work our way around anti-clockwise? Seems like a good use of resources. But
Right, Lord Captain, there is some commotion in the officer's deck. The Lady Navigator has left her quarters and is currently in the wardroom.
wardroom.
When uninitiated crew members are shunned in her terror. Perhaps you should find
No,
out
that
what
shit
has
scared
brought
him.
Okasa to the decks.
I don't blame him.
That's any key.
Why did you do that?
Lord Captain, my apologies. I did not notice your entrance.
Right, it pleases me to see you adjusting to your life aboard the ship. Alas, a title alone is not enough to hold everyone's attention all of the time. Point at the book in Cassandra hands. I see you're fond of reading. What do you think you're doing here? I didn't give you permission to leave the bridge.
I think number 3 is going to
Yeah,
Be
wanting to
your
be nice
best
to
option.
1 or 3.
I'm going to go with 3.
Now, hobbies. Mutual interests.
This. I found this fascinating read on one of the shelves, and I must say, it has
Take
caught
the
my
naval
eye.
commander.
Its every
Got
chapter
her
is
eye.
written
Which
in
eye?
verse.
Exactly.
I find it so beautiful and enrapturing.
Again, she has had a very sheltered
URAC
upbringing.
5 had a vast archive of its own, of course. Although most of the works within had to do with scholarly disciplines of some sort or another. Only in my sparse moments of respite was I allowed to escape into the pages of more embellished works.
Right, so the events took place on must have shaken you greatly. You're only attending the village for measure. I hope you have ample time to calm yourself.
Ding ding.
One should not underestimate the navigators of House Orselio, Lord Captain. Like a shawl of pale smoke, a faint malaise hangs upon my shoulders, but it will not be the slightest hindrance to my duty to humanity, and my duty to you.
Okay.
I love the way she's indemnified herself to you, even though she was never contracted to do so. So I think the choices worked out quite well.
Now I've got 2 or 3. I think number 2 is going to be a little bit confrontational.
No, well, it depends on the tone he uses, but number 3 sounds like you admonishing her.
Again, depends on the tone, yeah.
Yeah, it's difficult because you don't actually hear the tone that the flipping character
We
is
use.
using
No,
under
no.
her side of it.
It is not that at all, Lord Captain. It is just that Uwe is quite capable of
pronounced Uwe.
carrying out his duties by himself. He is well accustomed to my whims and preferences.
He's also mute.
Okay.
And they're forcing you to do the other one anyway.
Well, I say
They
mute.
succeeded.
They all have their tongues
doesn't.
cut out.
Yes,
Right,
just like
fingers
just
on files
cut the woman was
closed, the
pointing
unnatural.
to her teams and falls with those national appearance from that village. She's actually quite attractive.
Well,
I
that's
don't
the
know
thing.
what you-
Interesting fact for a psyker. She isn't that ugly, but she does have a lot of mutations. They have mutations,
Yeah.
obviously, the main important one being the third eye.
Yeah, I mean and the longer limbs, the
On
talons, fingers.
the table of mutations you can get when you're playing the Warhammer RPG, she has unnaturally long limbs, talon-like claws, gills, red eyes.
Yeah, I've done
Normally-
quite a bit of work with Warhammer 40k products.
Normally, the older a navigator gets, the more mutations they get, and the worse and wilder they
People
get.
on this ship
She's
who
got
are
like
far
4,
more
and
impulsive
she's really
and
young.
dangerous to others, and far less devoted
she's either
to
really
the God
powerful-
Emperor than a herald of the Navis nobility.
Or gonna melt at some point.
But I did not
In
need
the
your
near future.
words to see the shades of umber unease that whirl around your subjects whenever I am near. Were I not acquainted with such a reaction, I could have found their behavior in your question just now insulting.
But you fought us to ask that question.
Yep.
Lord
Okay.
Captain, would you kindly explain to me why you are pestering me with these questions? Inquiring about my mood and my needs, showing an interest in the books I am enjoying? You are behaving as if you possessed a shred of fellow feeling for one such as I. I beg your pardon, Lord Captain. That was no way for a navigator to conduct herself.
Right, I'm beginning to think, lady, that your feelings have for you are far more complicated than common sympathy.
She is a romanceable NPC, so that one probably leads down that path.
Oh, Scotty, romance me.
You have nothing to apologize
Ew.
for. Human
I'm just glad I've got nothing to
emotions
do with that.
are natural Be they good or bad, it's just a natural to share them with others. Quite right. So I would ask you to mind what you say from now on.
So yeah, one is maybe you like her, she's a special lady. 2 is kind of, yeah, you know, people are people. 3 is quite clearly a shutdown. And 4 is the, yep, you're a mutant. Don't want any of that. And 5 is,
Yeah,
I must beg my leave.
I've got the 4E handbook as part of my duties.
Okay.
at work.
I go 1 or 2.
I
2
like-
if you're not developing the fifis.
Go for it. Go on.
Captain? So many colorful sparks are flaring to life and dimming all around you.
Ew.
It is a veritable
That's sparking your
ocean of
pants, your
emotions.
cat
There are so many of them that I can barely see the pure white sincerity of your words.
Oh, isn't that sweet?
Please forgive me. I cannot even understand myself right now. Your words and attention have reminded me of life on the station, of Theobald and Felek. I do not understand. They were merely the keepers of Urak 5. So why do memories of those two make me feel a strange heaviness here?
She places a hand on her breastplate.
At
Are
the
you
same
pregnant?
time, I find myself overwhelmed with new excitement and anticipation. At last, I have set foot outside my familiar walls and into a world that I have only seen before in the pages of books. Your ship alone is a treasure trove of remarkable artifacts and curiosities. And just imagine the things that await beyond, but my delight must seem childish to you, surely. In your heart, you must be finding all this quite amusing.
If you're going for the romance, remember she is a lady.
Yeah,
Um,
I would rather we find amusement elsewhere, perhaps the privacy of my chambers. Wow.
That's a bit forward.
Wow.
One's a bit harsh.
Hey, listen,
Yeah.
if I was in my
Give the
20s,
hammer.
maybe if I was in my
This way.
20s still, maybe, but no. No.
Yeah, one's like, oh yes, I find you captivating. 2's like, you wanna bang?
Wanna bump
3 is
up,
like,
please?
Don't speak to me.
Number 3 is like, don't be a flippin'.
yeah, you think we're an equal, bugger
4
off.
seems to be a bit more
Yeah, 4's a bit, I'm commiserating with you.
neutral.
So it's either 1 or
And 5 is a bit of a slap in the face again.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna go with 1.
He's going for it.
Words like that,
Ooh.
Lord Captain,
My whole screen
could
in front
easily be
My
misconstrued.
monitor burning out.
You should familiarize yourself with some of the works in your library to
might be
learn
a
the
sort of slight acid
appropriate
trip.
manner of conversing
Not
with
the-
a lady.
Yeah.
Every time you compliment her, now I'm fucking high.
It's like a CRT monitor with a magnet too close to it.
Yeah.
Right, struggling to maintain an expression of polite indifference, Cassie covers her burning face and swiftly exits the room.
So you got her. You all but ran away, blushing and
Yeah,
giggling.
I'm just there. I don't have to play out that lane to go through my romance.
But I did find that.
'Cause
Oh,
those people are
romance
awkward.
me. Yeah, oh, romance me. Right.
There's a book on the table.
Waga.
Yeah, maybe you should familiarize yourself with some of the works.
Yeah. I think there is literally a very similar thing that's like a law check later when she asks you about a book, and it's like, if you don't know about it, you're just going to sound like an idiot.
But you can only access the books that she had already opened. Unless there's something at the other end of the room you can get to.
Yeah, there may be.
I'm
Remember,
literally looking.
Yeah, don't forget tab. Tab is your
That's what
friend.
I say, take a
Oh,
walk
no,
down to the
my
bottom
finger's
of the
already
room.
on tab. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
Pretty much. Lick the walls, holding tab, because you will find stuff usually. Grab a snack.
It looks empty. That's ridiculous. A whole big library and all you can find is one book because it was open for someone else. And then of course the book, which you can't even interact with it. There's Piece of paper on the table there, but it doesn't look like it's interactable.
No.
Can't even interact with the consoles.
Nope.
That is just wrong.
But again, like Neverwinter's Nights, if you're going to run up to things for them to activate. So if there's anything
Yeah, but I'm
hidden...
holding tab and not showing
No, it's not showing anything.
that they... Yeah, I think the room's just a big prop. Might as well leave the room. Oh no, I love printing with carbon fiber. Just bought another roll of this stuff.
Okay.
Price has only gone up 8 rand since our last bought. Which confused me, considering that the sale is the sale price is still exactly the same percentage as last year when I last bought. So I think it's one of those scammy things.
Yeah.
Where the product's always on sale.
I get you on that one.
Because that's why I bought it last year. It was like, I don't have any reason to have it, but damn, it's on sale. Might as well grab it while I can. At least now I've got use for it. Looks like I can get... there you go. What's my top letter? 5, 7. I can get about 30 prints. Out of a roll. That's 3,000 rand.
Lord Captain.
That's 2,311 rand profit from each roll. If I
Lord
can
Captain.
get a continuous stream of sales of this product.
Okay, Lord Captain.
You've got nothing new to say. Lovely. Looks like the best bet is to complete navigation to the next target.
Yeah, I'm just looking to see if there's anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm back.
You were
I got
gone?
sushi.
Nice.
Ah.
That
I'm
was
I had a
actually
pepper
getting
steak
quite
pie and
hungry.
chips. Yeah, I cooked myself.
So,
Trying.
we're in a hub, as you know, for the ship. So most of the time it's speak to everyone.
Yeah, I
Come on,
think
you
I've
always
spoken
do
to
it
everyone
myself.
here before.
But you just do a quick check to make sure they haven't got anything new, because things have happened. Cassia will obviously now be here, on the deck somewhere. I think she's towards the front behind the throne.
Training.
That's respec.
Training's good. Oh, okay. Never mind that.
Okay.
Oh, I fucking love wasabi.
Oh, so do I. My favorite mustard.
It's just so good.
You bet I do, Lord Captain. Okay, so we went to Footfall once. Well, I mean, Lord Captain Theodora went to Footfall a lot. But on that occasion, she took me with her for some reason. My day had gotten off to a bad start. My head had been yammering since I woke up, but there was nothing else for it. I had to go. We arrive at the place, and what a place! All the gentlemen and ladies dressed to kill, showing off
What,
their
all wearing
encrusted
black
implants,
masks
all
and carrying
clustered
daggers?
around little tables. Well, turned out it was a gaming den. And not just any gaming den, but one run by somebody with deep pockets for people with just as much cash to splash. You should have seen it. People gambling away planets in a game of regicide.
Yes.
Anyway, so the Lord Captain wanted me to help her beat some guy. So I tell her, the chips won't land in your favor. You'll get a bad hand. Don't sit down at that table, your ladyship. But did she listen? Of course she didn't. If there's one thing she never lacked, it's stubbornness.
So much for awesome
So
work.
they sat down and the cards were dealt. I'm hovering around like I'm not involved, but I'm keeping my eye on things. And everything in my head keeps getting louder and louder. Anyway, it's a good thing I realized in time that my mind wasn't going haywire over a losing hand, but something else. I made some excuse to drag the Lord Captain up from the table and took her away from that place. And a few minutes later, the room where we'd been,
I love that
it
one.
turned out some wise guy had the same bright idea to bring a pet psyker along with him. One of those ones who just scuttle around in Footfall's underbelly. And the psyker just freaked out, I guess. After all the commotion, people went to see what happened in the room. And they'd all gone for each other's throats. Literally. With teeth. And I think they completely detached that asteroid from Footfall and pushed it off into open space so it would head off toward the local star.
That's just hilarious.
That's the dichotomy of the psyker. Yes, they could help you cheat at
Of
cards
course.
or dice.
Always at
It
your
may
service.
also melt the face of
Whenever
everyone in the
you
room,
need me.
or just explode.
Right.
Very, very wild magic rolls. Dolls.
Now, if you can find
dice
Cassia,
roll.
she probably have something new for you.
I'm busy looking.
Actually,
I
behind
don't see her.
from.
I don't see her.
Because you haven't got line of
No,
sight.
not yet. Ah,
It's in fog. Echoed's fog.
on your wall.
Right. Okay. Got live master helmsman.
There's Uber. He's normally near Cassia. Keep wanting to say Uwe Boll, but I know it's not Uwe Boll.
Man at Arms Voidsman. Where the feck are you?
She's next to
You
Uber.
must be go down the stairs. To the front deck, yeah, right there in the front deck.
Oh,
Oh, right
What's up?
next to you.
No? Yeah.
Uber.
I'll do.
Yeah, that's Clinton's character.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you should be able to talk to it.
Words cannot describe how boring the bridge is without our stimulating conversations.
Not scandalous.
I'm gonna go with one.
Yep.
I am
Now,
a part
why
of
don't you
House
sound good?
Orselio, an ancient dynasty of the Navis nobility.
Well, if we keep this up, you might see
Since
some
time
ankle.
immemorial, our family has served to advance knowledge, pushing at the boundaries of the
Or
dark
shoulder.
unknown.
Yeah.
The Starway
I see a bit of
Atlas
clavicle.
contains 2,843 routes that chart the
Emperor will
sectors of
be
the Segmentum
so
Obscurus
stressed.
and reach
Yeah.
all the way from the Coronis Expanse to Holy Terror.
Right.
Caribbean Earth.
I'm just listening, science, I reckon.
Yeah. It is kind of saying, like, you identify
That
strongly
should
with your
be-
house, so you don't have much to you, but it is hard not to lean on that, but I'll look hard. Yeah. Pardon me.
Listen in silence. Yeah.
I would let her continue, it's not interrupting.
And uniting the Imperium's thousands of worlds.
Oh, you get the choice after.
House Orselio is bound by commercial pacts to houses Galeatis, Ortina, Drotus, and... There is a dark blue knot tightening on your neck, Lord Captain. I can see my reply is not satisfying your thirst for knowledge. What is it you desire to hear exactly?
That is strange.
You will?
Hands you a little paper note.
That
Would
be
you
most
date me? Yes. or
appreciated,
no?
wow.
Lord Captain.
Camp Benson. Oh, okay. I thought Benson was negative.
Right, so you've never lived anywhere other than there. Tell me about your life on the station. Your third eye, do you always conceal it?
No, pensive is like
No,
deep
that's
thought.
why she accidentally opens so she doesn't kill everyone
And
around her.
does it feel like... Would it feel like to guide the vessel? Why don't we talk about something else? I'm going to go with 1.
Yeah. Live a sheltered life
Hardly.
on a station.
According to the chronicles of the house, I was born on one of the Orcelio worlds. Oh, what was it? Please forgive me, Lord Captain. My childhood memories are too vague. Sometimes I dream about the colorful birds that built their nests in the garden, or the servants dressed in purple livery, or the blue fog that rolled over the lowlands behind the palace. But everything is covered in a rosy haze. Perhaps it is my imagination, not my memory, that is painting these pictures.
Might
Life
as well
on the
just go
station.
through the list
My
of
stay on the
missions.
station was wholly dedicated to preparing me for my future duty. Astromancy, astrography, numerology, the histories of my house and the Imperium, as well as other disciplines. For many years, dozens of instructors tirelessly prepared me for my destiny. And once a year, Great Regent Alronto
Aaron.
would come to the station.
Yep.
He would entrust his beautiful vessel to my command, so that I could master the practical aspects of our art as well.
How the hell did she catch up and overtake me? I was literally, as you said, Aaron, I'd already come to the end of that sentence. I went back to like Aaron, and then also just going, would entrust a beautiful. I'm like, hey, what happened? I just backed up for like 2 words. Right, did you have any friends, someone you can turn to for simple conversation? Not.
Excuse me, guys.
I'm gonna go with 3.
The Regent gave me a bird from a sunlit planet once. I tried to befriend it and make it sing, but for some reason, it refused and died soon after. The instructors were too respectful of my duty to my house to waste precious time on idle chatter. Aside from them, there were only servants on the station, and you know they have their vocal cords removed, so they cannot break their vow of silence.
Wow.
And since
Yep.
the subject has been breached, Lord Captain, why do you not follow this honored tradition? Your decks are so garish. Apologies, I meant noisy. The rabble don't just chatter. Sometimes they shout and even sing. Why do you allow such a lack of restraint? Rogue traders are highborn, are they not?
Ooh.
You
Right.
could literally be like, yeah, I agree with you. Let's rip out the vocal cords of like an entire class of people.
Yep.
Which is number 1. 2 is
A
you
ruler
don't
cannot
just
maim
maim people.
just because it's in his power to do so. On the contrary, it's the duty of every ruler to look after his subjects. You may find it difficult to believe, but the practice of depriving servants of their voice is not particularly widespread. Oh no. I like the noise people make here. It fills the ship with life. Two or 4?
I go with
Sorry, the Emperor protects Anquilia sign.
Aquila sign. Yeah, the Aquila. The eagle thing.
Right. Hi, Matt. How's it
Cross
going?
arms in legend.
I like it, you have a point.
No, I'm torn.
Mhm.
I'm going to go with. That's educating her as well. Number 2. Oh, yeah.
With life? Ugh, if only you could take my place and watch this kaleidoscope. Every voice is a flash of color. Every conversation a shimmering glow. Every argument is an unstoppable swirl of gaudy splotches.
It's kind of like being
Damn.
telepathic, but with colours.
Yes.
Synesthesia.
Right, so what's your third? Right, so your third eye, do you always conceal it? Which probably does. What does it feel like to guide the
You're
vessel?
not dead, so yeah.
I noticed that you love the painting. Right, so I'm going to go with 5 first.
Yeah.
It may be difficult to describe. You see, every navigator perceives the warp differently. My mentor, Great Regent Elronto, always described his travels through the Immaterium as a journey through a vast wood with countless paths. And I, assisting him in the first voyages, futilely tried to follow his example. But the wood would not reveal itself to me. But everything changed when I found my own key to this mystery. You see, I've always brightened up my rare moments of leisure time by painting. You may recall there was a workshop in my chambers.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I imagined the warp as a blank canvas, an indescribable feeling came over me. I moved the brush, going deeper and deeper into my own painting. Visions were hidden within the vibrant colors of my palette, and something inside me knew which should be brought out and which should be left behind. I woke up several days later, after the voyage was safely complete.
Nervous nobility is a fascinating, very Dune-inspired. Yeah, Jack was actually saying that. Very Dune-inspired. You see, I don't have much in the way of knowledge of Warhammer 40,000. The only part of Warhammer I kind of know is a little bit of the lore for Blood Bowl. That is it. That's the extent of my knowledge.
Fantasy. Yeah.
Yeah. I notice your love of painting is reflected in your speech as well. You associate many images with hues and colours. I think I'm going to go with that question.
Uh-huh.
The Emperor graced me with a gift. I can see inner life in addition to the mundane. You cannot know that a fruit has rotten from the inside until a blade slices it in two. I can see the rot from far away.
Nice.
It roils like swamp mud, oozing through the bright peel. Anger and boredom, sadness and joy. Everything that people shut away inside themselves is revealed to me like colors on the canvas of my world.
Well, I always suggest that the Emperor that put them anyway. I suppose everyone believes.
Right, so let's talk about something else.
You will hear no
Everyone
objection
saw
from me,
miracles.
Lord Captain.
Right, so it's an
As I said,
imperial
might as well work
hypocrisy.
way through the.
They are anti-mutant, but the navigators are bred mutant, so they can navigate the warp. I like that hypocrisy there, yes.
As the only voice of our family on this vessel, it is an honor. As long as your questions are courteous,
There's also another
I will
line of
answer
logic
every
there.
one of them.
The Emperor is one of the most powerful psychers ever to appear in a human voice.
I return, and Damien's dropping law.
There's actually a line of logic there that technically means that the Emperor is a mutant.
But
the
say that
Emperor is
anywhere and blam,
heresy.
heresy.
Yep.
I do have Lore Imperium.
You succeeded on a law check, yes.
Yes.
Passive law check.
I reckon I'm going to go with that one.
I mean, one, it normally gives you more
You
stuff,
are
but
shrewd indeed.
again,
My ancestor charted that route while fleeing the enemies of humanity. They say the Emperor himself was his guide, because the warp expelled their vessel without a single loss. Unfortunately, the lips of those who relate this tale seep with disgusting green hubris. I think Kalain Orselio was simply a skilled navigator.
Right, Damien, Math 79 says the God Emperor is perceived differently by people looking at him.
Yeah,
That's true.
Everyone's influenced by their own emotional.
Oh, right, Jack. Asking these two
To be
questions.
honest, if he wanted you to see him as something, he probably would, because high-level psycho.
Yeah.
Oh, is
So
that-
I take it House Orselio has a rich history, or who rules the houses, or the house, or do I just change the
It's just more
topic?
law for you, really. Again, it might lead to more conversation things, more law checks,
Oh, yes.
stuff you can
The
bring up in future
navigators of the house
conversations.
came to the Coronis Expanse fairly recently, a mere
sorry,
208
dude.
years ago. Before that, our
Before
ancestors
I-
expanded
shit.
the borders of humankind's dominion for the glory of the Emperor, blazing
pretty
trails
damn
to
young
different
house as
corners
well.
of the galaxy.
Only 208 years.
Wow. Okay.
A lot of these houses are dynasties, like-
30,000 years.
There's generations of generations of generations involved in.
Okay. Who rules that house?
Just as a rogue trader stands at the head of a protectorate, a Novator heads a navigator house. It is the Novator who decides where to look for alliances and which path their bloodline is destined to tread. As for our house, the transfer of power to a successor is currently underway. In the meantime, Great Regent Auronto Orselio is ensuring the stability of the house.
Yeah, I was just looking at that one now.
So, says Regent Auronto.
Right.
Nothing is decided
yeah.
yet. Some people in the house become enshrouded in rolling grey clouds at the thought of me becoming the Novator. But even more are bound with dull leaden chains. They think I am not ready for such a burden.
So she's technically the heir. Some factions support, some factions don't.
Yeah.
But the person who's currently in charge,
By
You've
all
already
means.
noticed.
yeah.
All right. What's your special site reveal?
Sister Argenta shines like a guiding star, inspiring resolve in those around her, seemingly inexplicably. However, I see a dark and ugly fog billow behind her, contrasting sharply with her shining light. It burdens the Sister of Battle. It drags her down. Yet Argenta herself is hardly aware of it. Seneschal Viserion is among the few whose colors are a pleasure to look at. Whenever the
Starty's.
Seneschal
Starty's
speaks,
book.
heavenly
Cool.
crystal clarity
Starty's been in
spreads
space, right?
around him.
Yeah.
And whenever
right.
he
Yes,
is
I mean-
angered, dark blue clouds condense over
Quickly,
him.
have a look at my
And in
stream
his
quickly.
rare moments of joy, a pure gleam of sunset pink caresses the souls of those near him. Out of your entire retinue, Lord Captain, he is the only one I would
Father
trust
friend.
with my life.
No, she likes Albert.
Who does?
Cassia, that's who Seneschal Viserion is. It's Albert.
What is that?
Abelard, but we call him Albert.
Clinton, what is that?
Hmm?
What is that?
Oh, it's a frame for embroidery machine.
Okay.
This clamps down over the material, and then there's metal clamps that go on the sides here that slide, lock into the machine, so that
Right.
they can embroider on the material in here.
Cool.
Now, the operators tend to press down on the edges of the thing when they're trying to press the material into the frame, and they break off the wings. So, yeah, I think the current retail price of the official product is somewhere like 600 Rand or something stupid for each of these things.
Right.
So, yeah,
Okay.
and that's just flipping molded plastic.
Idira's emotions are like a maelstrom, bright, unbridled, enveloping her form like a wondrous kaleidoscope of colors. And as dangerous as a twisting warp storm. The riot of colors hides the truth from my eyes. What exactly is driving this woman? Is it her own will, or Or is it the Immaterium, Lord Captain?
I think we're going to skip 4 for now. Because this is like our second meeting.
Yep.
Let's not rush that side of things yet. Let it simmer.
There's a
I
There's
have
a lady.
enjoyed your company.
You would demand to be
Thank you for the
courted.
conversation.
Yes, we can build on that.
Gotta do the dance.
Yes. Been years since I've done it, but I know there's a dance. I'm gonna figure it out. And this high shoes, well, a hump is out of the question.
Yeah, going straight to Mass Effect will bang, okay? Probably isn't going to get you there.
Right, so enrich at your service. Remind right, so how did you come to join the
EHO is
service?
basically like cigarettes.
Not the usual ancestors, wrong jaws appointed Inferni as a result. Hard labor, deadly risk, plenty of opportunities to atone. Maybe criminals have been dead for generations, but we still serving. Ooh, excuse me. At their time, maybe we will find redemption one day.
So basically, your great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather once didn't move out of the hallway quick enough for the rogue trader, so now, you know, your entire lifeline is going to be our servants forever.
Damn. What's interesting in most of our duty, our state-of-art equipment and other. Okay, right. So, how's the guild organised? Different duties, guild, dark eyes, nursing. Okay. There is. Okay. Right. State-of-art equipment sounds interesting. A bit of a stretch. I'm sorry, there's no state-of-art equipment. The risks of ruin in the fire is too great. We get by using human resources and the most common item available: respirators, fire extinguishers, flame retardant uniforms. Okay.
Yeah. So they're firemen. Well, one branch is firemen, one branch is repairmen, one branch is the people that walk around to make sure nothing breaks.
Okay. Tell me how you got your reminders.
Tell how I got these scars.
Yeah, we'll leave that as it is. What shall we talk about? That's enough now. I never let your fire go out. Lord Captain, I mean, no. That's just a stupid little guild in joke. Serious. If you've seen Infernus next to a naked flame run.
I like the fact that his picture is basically he's got a blowtorch and he's lit his cigarette with it.
Yep.
Like the man knows fire.
Let's go have a quick chat with her.
He spoke to Argenta.
Yeah.
Space Nun with a space gun.
Literally
Trader.
there.
Oh, there we are.
Right, you said you have a personal request for me.
I indeed have a request, Rogue Trader.
Keep your space nun with a
At
gun
least you're
happy.
using your dark.
But yeah,
The
put this
accursed
apple on your head.
servants of chaos who assaulted this ship took the lives of your
No, but
loyal
he's
crew
shooting,
members,
I wouldn't risk
and
it.
they orphaned many children, including the progeny of the brave officers who defended their posts until the bitter end. I don't know what customary practices there are for cases like this in Von Valancius territory, but in the world I'm familiar with, the children of such brave souls could expect to receive some special consideration. Perhaps the Rogue Trader could meet with the orphans?
So again, based on what type of rogue trader you're trying to be, are you an up-yourself hoity-toit? Are you just sticking to traditions, or are you a man of the people, that kind of thing? So far we've been going Iconoclast, which is kind of the man of the people route,
Yeah.
which is number 3.
I was also looking at number 2.
Hmm.
I will meet with them, no formalities needed.
Yeah.
Our resident space, none with a gun. Yes! Right, I'll meet with the people, no formalities. These children of the people who gave their lives for fun. Okay. deliver this order on my behalf. The orphans are to be properly provided for, but personal meeting with the road trader is too much. Why would I? Yeah, no, 3 is good.
I will pass on your instructions. Thank you for taking my request to heart.
Okay. I did
Well,
not
there
expect
is-
that to be now.
Yeah, no, the only thing that obviously gets me when it comes to, I don't know whether it'll let me do it in here. It might.
I think Clinton
Let
or
me.
Jack, you guys got to press spacebar.
Yeah, I've clicked already.
Ah, sorry, it's me. I was trying to find something. Fortunately for me, whenever I see a Sister of Battle, as badass as they look, they always remind me of... I'll get the picture up. Come on, just give me a
Right,
damn
so
picture.
the next DLC we'll get out. We'll get our resident Judge Dredd.
My machine just blue screened.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm busy restarting.
Oh
I
shit.
think that'll work. Hopefully that'll work.
Okay.
That's what I see whenever I see a Sister of Battle, unfortunately. It just reminds me of Ongo Gobloglian. It's the hairstyle.
Do you know who he reminds me of? Bullshit.
Who?
Is the chick from the Incredibles?
Oh, no capes.
Yes, the
Yeah.
little midget thing with the hair.
Edna
Edna.
Lode.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. But yeah, Onglo Goblogian from Always Sunny, I think it is.
Yeah,
sorry,
but
Sunny
that's
in
Danny
Philadelphia.
DeVito.
It is Danny DeVito, yes.
That is
when
pretty
he does
cool.
that character. But literally the hairstyle, all I see when I see Sisters of Battles is that hairstyle. I mean, they're a badass like system and the wonderful characters, things like that. But every time I see it, I just go, yeah.
Right, so our what?
Indefatigable.
Indefatigable. Okay, Sister has been keeping an eye on the pups. Albert glances at the gathered children, and it's hardly a scholar prognium in here, but we have provided the orphans on our ship with adequate care and instructions. Right,
Scholar Progenium is basically an orphanage for like all of the kids from nobles and officers and things who have died in like service. So it is an orphanarium, but you do get trained in things.
Nice. Cool.
Yes, Adeptus Arbites. It's going to be fun.
Back in the stream.
As you say, they're basically Judge Dredd.
Clinton, you should be able to. Clinton, you should be able. If you've got this in Steam, you should be able to just literally join game.
Yeah. I'm just restarting my stream.
Right, new paces away from the orphans. He watches you with approval and bows respectively when you meet his gaze. Do you serve as a teacher in your spare time? Gradually address the group. I, the road trader and Lord Captain of this ship, speak to you now. Your parents gave their lives. Blah, blah, blah. Proud of them. Okay. Smile at the group. Greet you, brave ones. Address the...
Chaperones.
Right, I'm going to go with one first.
Yeah, speak to him a bit.
Not at all, your lordship. I'm looking out for them. The infernus way to help folks in trouble. It's our job, after all, so we can chip in the rations here and there to make sure nobody gives them a hard time. Take the odd one. Okay.
So again, I'm only voting 2 because it's more approachable.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get this game up. Sorry, folks. Just a blue screen.
A girl has remained close and
Discord muted. There we go. And that was that.
Impressed. Okay. One of the scowling visitors with the thin scar across the face tosses her head back and says bitterly, "So what? Why should we care? Our friends and parents died in the dozen for you noble lot, and you just give us speeches?" Quickly turns to the boy, a flurry of motions flashes across her eyes, like she wants both to claim him and scold him for his
bloody hell.
impudence. Right. Now,
Rope train just crashed on me again. At launch. I see it's been run. It's been created with Unity. Wonder if that's not. No. What's going on? Try again.
I think comportment means like how you carry yourself, how you act.
Yeah.
So one's basically saying, you know, they're not being as good as they should do. Make them better. I'm going. 2, beat the shit out of him. I'm going. 3, Inferno guy take over.
yeah, you're going
Or
for
the
4.
more, yeah, because again, that's the more approachable everyman angle.
To a drop and die like our folks. Okay, your parents died. It's not an easy thing to go through, but they give our lives the truth for the good of the whole of the ship Emporium. Do not speak, honourable okay. Heretics include your parents attacked the ship. I was there, I took command. No, okay. The strong have the power to decide the fate of the others. The weak either obey or die. Address the chaperones. Punishment. Okay, address the chaperones. Their compartment leaves much to be desired. Since you are so concerned about the orphans, they are henceforth your clan.
Three is very strong, eat the weak.
Yeah.
2 is I took control. I did what had to be done, but there will always be losses. Do what you can.
Yeah.
And 1 is more like, you know, obviously I understand you're not happy. They did die. That's not good. But they did give their lives for a noble cause, which is the Imperium. Don't tarnish their memory.
Yeah, I'm going to go with that one.
Cool.
We're still on out of the Imperium. It's hard to say whether it was have less impression on the boy, but he nods slowly and then catches himself and gives an awkward bow. Okay, Albert gives a sign and servants immediately emerge for carrying packages treats with Von Beller's on the wrapper. It appears that
Got her own sweet line.
Yep.
And then they throw them out like confetti. Yay.
Rubs the temple pensively and smiles and offers a few more words of encouragement and leaves the bay. Alright. Okay guys, it is 10:30.
Okay, so we shouldn't call it now.
Yeah, I think now's a good time to call it.
Cool. And I'll go back to my own game of this. But yeah, I can't wait the new DLC coming out. It'll be great.
Yeah, no, because Matt is saying they got the new one, which is dropping any day now, which is the Adeptus Arbitus, the lax imperialist enforcer imperial laws.
Yeah, Adeptus Arbites are basically Judge Dredd.
Yeah, because that's where
they look very similar as well.
Mm. I may at some point
A
look
lot more bureaucracy involved.
But they've got the solid.
And now the game loads.
Carl Urban could play an Adeptus Arbites. He's got the grumpy cat chin.
Right.
Like he can do what he wants. Character.
I don't think
you heard it here. We're going to be ending the stream because it's time for the guys in the UK to get to bed. So I'm going.
Fair enough. All right, folks. All right, folks. Thank you for streaming. Math, thank you for dropping by. I do appreciate the stop by. We're playing this game for a little while now, so we will be running through this nearly every Thursday. So you can jump on, talk shit with us as much as you like. Same as Damien jumps into the stream and just imparts wisdom. And then we'll just run through this and see what chaos or mayhem we can cause. On a Tuesday, we do run a stream of Remnant 2. And we're just jumping in and out of different games at the moment. We didn't know it's only a 3-player game. We found that out the hard way. But yeah, so we've probably got a couple of different games being played. Saturday, I have a feeling... What time are we doing from 11-ish, 12-ish till what time do we think? Yeah. All right, folks. We'll probably Saturday. I may be on. I don't know what time from though, because if we finish at 6, I'll probably be at home at 8. Depends on what time Damien grows tired of us and decides to give us the boot, basically, or the person who's taken us there decides to go home. There is that too. And yeah, so I should be back on Saturday. If not, I might do a cheeky stream of Magic Sunday morning. We'll see. All right, I'm not gonna get in. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do Dragon Age for a couple of hours because I know I will get lost. Magic, I know I can set a couple of like 5 or 6 games and then that's it done. Probably be a short stream, but that should be fun. But yeah, so I'll be definitely back on Thursday for some more Rogue Trader if you're interested. Normally start about 8 o'clock in the evening UK time. Tuesday, Remnant 2 will be starting at 7 o'clock UK time. Okay, so until then, folks, have a good evening. And hopefully, I will be seeing you guys soon. Cheers, folks.